Hi, I'm Chris, and with my wife Victoria, we co-founded Surge following Vic's lived experience of disability after 7 years in the Royal Australian Air Force. Surge exists to solve two of the biggest barriers to participation: a lack of clear public information and the perceived cost and fear of getting it wrong. Because with greater disability comes a greater need for trustworthy information to know before you go. We partner with venues to profile their accessibility features and promote them to people with disability, improving participation and confidence. Our technology is fast and affordable to create and host this information at scale. But what information is needed to improve participation? If my disability was blind low vision, what would I want? How about a person with intellectual disability, developmental delay, mobility, or autism? Our philosophy is irrespective of disability and irrespective of impairment level, we will create a tool so you can know before you go. Let me showcase a case study to bring this to life, thanks to our partnership with Belgravia Leisure and Belgravia Foundation at the South Pine Indoor Sports Centre. This is a companion website. For every venue, we create a virtual tour, a visual story and sensory guide, audio guide. We can host information on inclusive sports programs, access guides, digital communication boards, as well as hosting information on feedback and getting their modules. The virtual tour is brilliant for advanced planning and wayfinding. From visualizing where to park through having independence and choice, making my own measurements of key accessibility points and navigating right through to a changing places facility. This is the most valuable for those with mobility, disability, and those with low vision, autism, or orientation anxiety. The visual story and sensory guide provides a mental scaffolding for those wanting to understand the sensory experiences in detail. By providing a text-based description of what you will encounter, a series of wayfinding images including alt text for screen readers of each and every sensory experience in each venue, our visual story is a utility-based solution valuable for over 75% of the disability community with autism or intellectual or psychosocial disability. Our access guides have a leaning toward developmental learning delay and dyslexia, the digital communication boards for nonverbal individuals, and audio guides for blind low vision. Now, the companion website is great for access, but by itself is not inclusive. It is not inclusive to force a person with disability to have to visit a separate website or down a separate app to learn about accessibility. Inclusion is embedding this content directly onto South Pine's website, so there's not a special thing for disability yet again. And yes, this is live, delivering participation as we speak. The formula for social impact is to create the content once, but publish everywhere. So yes, on our companion website, but right here as well at the local community level on the venue website. It could also be embedded at the local government level, but also at a state level for example, the Games Venue Connect platform for Brisbane 32, and federally at the Australian Sports Commission Play Well strategy. But by 2032, we won't be browsing websites. We'll simply be asking AI. The risk here is that AI often guesses. A vague phrase on your website such as "yes, we're accessible" can lead to unsafe or misleading advice. Our most urgent innovation at Surge is embedding AI native structured content into every venue profile so AI can understand with empathy the context and the purpose behind accessibility. This means that when someone asks about a Surge venue, the answer is not just accurate, it's genuinely inclusive. But the most important question in all of this is, do people actually use it? We measure our social impact through engagements. Every time someone explores a virtual tour, listens to an audio guide, or reads a sensory story, that's a real-world decision to participate. We've surpassed 14 million engagements so far, averaging over 70,000 a day. And in the example at South Pine, we've seen over 43,000 moments of inclusion alone. Surge isn't just effective. It's affordable, sustainable, and built to scale. Councils typically begin with a 5 to 10 venue pilot, scale up to 30 venues, and our Tiered pricing includes setup, 3 years of support and hosting, while our production line process keeps costs at an absolute fraction of traditional audits. For our larger and government clients, we have a new enterprise model that delivers lasting, future-proofed inclusion, removing all subscription fees entirely. Surge has grown from a Queensland startup to a world-leading inclusion technology, recognised both nationally with innovation awards and this year crowned Global Champion for Inclusion and Empowerment at the UN-backed World Summit Awards. With over 14 million social impact engagements already, we're on a trajectory to reach 1.3 billion engagements per day by 2032. That's 1 per person for disability. We're on track to make it the most accessible games in history through advanced technology. We're proud of the positive impact we're delivering right across Australia at local governments right across Australia, and we welcome supporting the delivery and outcomes of your disability action plans. Thank you.